You are now, no scream today, about to witness the awesome crushing of might of the this all of a sudden so as I said, based on where I am, screaming. Welcome, my friends. The show that never ends. This is version of 325. The Eugene S from Stomper. I'm your host, Eugene S. Robinson. We got a lot to talk about. Chat is connected. Please wait while we start to reconnect you. Successfully connected. Okay, let's get on now. What's up again on? Then now to talk about we started in last night. But first, Al Bradley will sing that set like he does every single week since 2007. The song is called Wednesday All or Nothing. From the record Calling of the Just, still available in Revelation Records in Huntington Beach, California. When you see your death in a nightclub, hit your car with a hammer, and when you may approach them out of town on a rail, taking them some standard restaurants in Central California, Florida. I'm here. Anyway, yes or no? I'll be ready. Hey, Porch Early. Listen well. I'm on my way back to nowhere. Said I took my time with a good I'm taking a real good look at you. I'm taking a real good look at your face. The really feedback and always nothing. All right. So a little bit of explanation is in order. Yeah, I always say when I say that, you have to know I'm channeling Grady from Sanford and Son, who says, I'm going to watch myself a little television. There's a few explanations are in order. Why is it early? And Mr. Robinson, why is it so early? You know, it's early. Substack was early, and it's like this early. I go, yeah, because I'm not in America, man. That's number one. I got somebody house sitting for me, so don't fucking try it. But I am in Poland right now, and I will go from Poland tomorrow to Spain. Lest you think that I was bullshitting about moving there. I got papers to sign and so on, so I got to go back. And then from there, where do I go? Go back to Poland, and from Poland, where? I go to New York. If you've seen the Substack, you know at the end of the Substack, or you follow me on the Twitter machine, fuck X, Twitter forever, Twitter machine, or Facebook, or Instagram, you know that I got shows coming up, book shows coming up, and I will have Cora with me because the book shows are all at like 6 o'clock, and our bedtime is usually 7:30. So it will be like Mission Impossible. If you get this reading done in time, your child will not flip out. So it'll just be the two of us on tour. So you guys, any of you show up. Again, anybody listens to the show, you get a free ticket, VIP ticket or whatever. One of the shows is for free. You come on in, buy a book. If especially the free show, buy a book. I'll sign the book. Or if you have a book, bring it, I'll sign it. Or buy it from the store where it's going to be, and I'll sign it. Say hi to Cora, keep it clean, and then nobody will get hurt. So it's DC, DC, New York, Boston, and Providence, Rhode Island. Last time I was in Providence, Rhode Island, I beat a man half to death. I'm not proud of this. I'm just telling you. Turns out he was the biggest Oxbow fan in town, right? The guy comes, and midway during the show, I feel somebody bear hug me, bear from the back, but they left the one hand out. They left had one hand in and one hand out. So turned around, lift the guy up, but boom, slammed him on the floor, got up. The guy was like, come on, I good. Tie plumb, boom, into the knee, down, banger, 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 like bass rooting. And then finally, somebody who ran the club, because it wasn't a real club, so there wasn't real security, throw the guy outside. There's a plate glass window. The guy's rubbing his bloody face on the window, screaming, I'm the biggest fan. I'm the biggest fan. And you know what? He was right. He was the biggest fan. But, in modern talk, consent was the issue. I didn't ask you to grab me in a bear hug, and you grab a bear in a bear hug, what's going to happen? So that's the last time I was in Rhode Island. The only amount of trepidation I have on essentially the book show is like watching this live. And except I'm talking more focused on the book, but I'm going to have Cora with me. So, and she's used to seeing me hit people. So rather than let things go out of control too fast, I will murk you quickly, so all she sees is some guy lying on the floor. So keep it clean. If you listen to this show and you come and somebody's acting up, I fully expect you, for the price of the free ticket, to subdue them so I can finish a show and my daughter doesn't have to be exposed. Anyway, yes, Enterprise. It's precise. In-law, singular, what I'm doing. Father's dead. The father who challenged me to a fight, and then he died. Because he was a martial artist as well. Said, hey, next time you come on, we have to train. And I was like, we could do it now. We could do it now. Because there's a protocol, right? And in actual fact, given my advanced age, I'm only 4 years younger than the father-in-law, right? But the reality of it is, with Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and you all know this, or at least know that I'm going to say this, unless you do it, you don't have a chance. Who has a chance against me? Judo guys, wrestlers. That's it. If I see you square up in a Muay Thai stance, I've taken Muay Thai. I'm all right with that. So, peekaboo boxing style, I'll shoot on you. That's the reality of it. I'm not playing around. So he made, and I said yes, and then he died. So I don't know why, or the circumstances under. Yeah, I don't think I lost a fan that day. I don't think I lost a fan that day at all. I think that it increases appreciation. I mean, that's a strange and perverse reality, and that's why it kind of happens so often in England. And it was like, they're like, yeah, you think you're better than me because you're on stage, right? We're all like, the Clash. I blame the Clash for this whole egalitarian thing. Hey, man, if I put my shit in a fucking plane and fly 6,000 miles away at a guaranteed financial loss, and I'm playing your show, we are not the same. You walked from home, you snuck in and got there for free, spent all your money on booze, and now you're throwing ice at my head. You're going to get fucked up. That's just all there is to it. And we're talking Oxbow past tense. Buñuel's got shows coming up, 3-week tour in November of the U.S. We haven't announced yet. It'll be with a band of maybe greater note. I don't know. I'm hearing things. But it's different. What happens at a show when I'm there without a daughter is very different. And even the older daughters, I'll break wild because they're all martial artists as well. And then we got the crew. But the 4-year-old, she just started taking jiu-jitsu. I don't want to queer her vibe on physical conflict. Let's keep it clean. That's all there is. So, the big problem in England, of course, is knives, like this one that I carry with me. It's illegal in England, but, whatever. And it's a karambit, a Boker karambit. And I've often said that if you put a karambit in the hand of a grappler, the other person is dead. Or so wounded that they will wish they were dead. But I digress. I digress. So that's what I'm doing here. If you read the Substack, you'll know that I'm sorry to have done that to you. There was a lot more uplifting news this week regarding the financial fraudster and grifter, Carlos Watson, but I have been persuaded to not talk about it. And I think I've been persuaded to not talk about it because my obvious and extant delightful glee would very definitely put me in a bad light. So I'll leave you with that. In other words, I'll give you an example. My father at jiu-jitsu, I happened to say, hey, you know what? I wish my father were alive. He died a few weeks ago. I wish he were alive again. I said, I wish he were alive, just so I could watch him die in pain again. And the whole room turned on me, like maybe some of you now. It turned on me. They were like, oh. Again, this is no after-school special. There's no sudden forgiveness. Anton LaVey once said to me, he said, you'll never find me, there'll be no dead deathbed conversions on my part. It goes, God knows that would be if that was all it took. No. You know, so I'm hearing screaming. There's an obsession in Polish households. The vacuum cleaner is pretty much running 24 hours a day. There's no, the floors couldn't possibly be any fucking cleaner. But okay, I digress. So I'm sorry to have to done that with you with the Substack. Evan Wright was the fucking man. And it was even a little bit more. It involved Todd Hester from Grappling Magazine. It involved Tito Ortiz. When I first met him, it was at like UFC 34 or something ridiculous like that in Las Vegas. And the dude was just like, he was one of those guys, you know, there are a few people who I've drawn inspiration from over the years. Andy Grove, interestingly enough, author of Only the Paranoid Survive, former Intel CEO, was the fuck. People he's dead now, but have no idea. Guy had been a journalist in Hungary, had gotten reamed for being a journalist. So, you know what, I'm going to go for an engineer because can't lie about numbers, can't ignore the numbers. They can't, you know, betray you. So he became an engineer, went to New York, was a cab driver in New York, went to CCNY, just a city college City College of New York, community college, got his degree, ended up CEO of Intel and working closely with me because all of a sudden he looked at his employee publication. He's like, wait a minute, this is not the same bullshit he directed I've had for the last 10 years. Who's doing this? Walked by my cubicle. I'm not going to pull any race card here. Looked and goes, are you Eugene Robinson? And I knew who he was. He goes, what does the name say on the plate? And he smiled. He goes, okay, so here. And he gave me an issue and he had graded it B, gave me a B on my first issue. I was like, well, I thought it was an A, but I'll take that, professor. And he was like, all right. And we became friends from that moment on. Inspiring. Chased out by Nazis. Take a drink. Chased out of Hungary by Nazis. It's an inspiring story. Evan Wright was the same way. It's like the horses with blinders. Like I hear the noise out here. But fuck you, like Lou Reed said, and waiting for the man. I got no time to waste. And Evan Wright was definitely 100% that type of guy. You know, I go to Vegas, man. I'm ready to do Vegas. Disgusting things I've done in Vegas could fill a fucking book. It's party time. Party time for me in Vegas. You know, oh, Eugene, you talk about that time you got filleted by the fountain at MGM Grand. I said, no, I'm not talking about that time. I'm just talking about being ready. But I met Evan Wright, and dude was like, he made I'm Eugene S. Robinson, your host. I'm in this bed and breakfast in Poland, and I can hear people now. It's nighttime, sleeping, chorus sleeping, so I won't scream. Plus, I got this. I think I'm gonna go mute soon, so you know who knows. But you know how we end the show? We end it like this. Look. Actually, it's worse for you to whisper than not. So I'll just say, look what you made me do at the show. Try not to die between now and next week. Don't die, Blondie. Don't die.